Meantime, President Obama is sitting down with the tech company execs today at the White House to talk about fixing some of the many problems facing the Obamacare website. Included in the long list of who's who from Silicon Valley were the heads of companies like Facebook, Apple, and Yahoo. Joining me now are Chris Plante, host of the Chris Plante Radio Show, and Leslie Marshall, a syndicated radio talk show host. All right, Leslie, so this begs the question, why now? Why not before the launch of healthcare.gov?
Gretchen, I would be richer than Oprah Winfrey if I could answer that question, because I agree with you. That is the question to be asked. I mean, this kills me. I mean, you know, we have thriving jobs. We are the people. We're the Americans created Microsoft. We Americans created Apple and iPad and all of that. There is absolutely, I believe, with the website, no excuse for the president or for anyone involved in healthcare.gov not to have met with these people earlier. And I know they say better late than never. I would agree, but I really do feel they should have been met with originally, as many of these people, the heads of Google, were supporters of the president.
Well, this is such a power-packed meeting. My goodness, you have the heads of tech of the entire world in this meeting, Chris. But the one thing that I find fascinating is that the White House was not going to let any cameras into this meeting at all, and for sure not reporters. And then they acquiesced at the last minute, and they allowed a camera to come in and so-called, spray the room, just show briefly all in attendance. What do you make of that? Why no questions?
I mean, honestly, the most open and transparent presidency in modern history is in reality the least transparent and open administration in history. They just had a fight last week with the White House Photographers Association demanding that they be given access so they can stop taking handout photos from the government and publishing them as though they're news product. And honestly, the lapdogs down at the White House, the puppy dogs in the White House press corps should boycott this unless they're going to allow reporters in.
Well,
I used to be in the straight news business. If you don't allow reporters in, you don't go.
Some have boycotted the idea of publishing those stock photos. I believe USA Today and another newspaper out west. But I got to move on to this because there's some interesting polls that keep coming out on a daily basis. President Obama can't say, I'm sure, goodbye to 2013 fast enough. The first year of his second term was a tough one. Several scandals at the IRS, the NSA, combined with the rocky Obamacare rollout. Well, now his poll numbers are proof of the toll that it's taking. The approval rating now lower than President George W. Bush's at this exact point in his second term, as you can see by the numbers there. So, Leslie, what does this administration need to do to try and get the people back in their camp?
Well, there are two things they need to do. First of all, they need to counteract a very successful negative campaign toward the Affordable Care Act. And I think that the president's doing that again a bit later than I, as a Democrat, would have liked. The second thing they need to do is boast many of the accomplishments of the economy and the turnaround of the economy, because as we know, it's the economy, stupid. And when people go to vote, that's what they're going to care about, number one. And that's what I think the president and his administration need to do right now.
I think a lot of people find the first argument somewhat tough to believe, only because, Chris, a lot of the problems with Obamacare have not been because of the Republicans. They've been because of Obamacare.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. I mean, the Republicans have been taking shots at Obamacare since before Obamacare was even voted on in the middle of the night on Capitol Hill in a strict party line vote, and it didn't have much effect. What's killing Obamacare is Obamacare. It wasn't until they opened the box and showed it to us all that Obamacare started to do the damage that it's doing. And the poll numbers, in fact, no president since Richard Nixon, and I think I heard Ed Henry mention this a little while ago also, since Richard Nixon has had poll numbers at this point in his presidency this low. What can they do? They can start telling the truth. They've lost the confidence of the American people. Because they have told untruths so many times and they're so flagrant, and everyone now knows it if you're paying attention. And how you regain the trust of the American people, I don't know. And the jobs numbers are not as good as they look. They've been phonied up. 92 million people no longer in the workforce. We're not counting a lot of people. That would drive the number much higher.
Yeah, well,
the American people aren't feeling this so-called recovery. So I think the president is in deep trouble.
It'll be interesting to see if the next shoe to drop after the first of the year, when people are supposed to be signed up, if the news is good or more bad for Obamacare. I got to wrap it there. Have a great day.
Thanks, Gretchen.
You too, Gretchen. Thank you.